Good morning, everybody. Breakfast time. I just photographed an oatmeal recipe for breakfast, and it looks way prettier than it does when I'm eating it. This recipe that I put on Instagram today for the little bowl of oatmeal is a cold one, but I really like my oatmeal warm right now. So just like normal, I threw it all in a bowl, microwaved it, and eating it like this, but it looks different on the photo. And I am also having the oranges that went on the photo too, but I just having them separately. So this is the reality of the photo. Time to eat. Hey guys, Starbucks. I'm doing my regular peppermint tea plus coconut milk, and I'm just running to Sur La Table to see if I want to find some new dishes for my photos. So we'll see what I can find. I love this place, but I don't buy anything here because I don't eat this stuff. Now this is something I want. This is so cool. Maybe someday. Hey guys, I'm back at the falafel place. I really wanted that for lunch. And so, here we go. Well, yeah, I ate all of it. It was delicious. I shouldn't have had the fries. I'm gonna try to, like, next time I go, I'm gonna try to not get the fries. That was just too much. And I don't feel so great. Like, I just feel really full, which I don't usually feel. I want to next time just get the falafel because that's enough. I just was feeling super hungry. I need to remind myself of that idea of like drinking a big huge glass of water before I eat, and then I feel a lot better, instead of because I was kind of like having this panic feeling, like I'm so hungry, whatever I'm deciding to have isn't going to be enough. I need to get more, and I think that's the main issue that happens when people overeat, when I overeat, or I just kind of panic like that's not going to be enough food. And I just need to use that little trick I do, which is to get the water first, drink that first. That's what I usually do when I go out to friends' houses or whatever too, and I don't want to eat what they're eating. I'll have a smoothie before I go. That way I know I'm having really good Nutritarian food, and then just putting a little bit of junk on top of it. Not that this is necessarily junk, it's just a lot of oil and salt, but it's all vegan basically. Yeah, so I'm trying to be pretty 99.9% vegan. That feels right to me. It feels good. So that's it. See you later. Yep, that happened. I got a chocolate shake, vegan. I've been wanting that for a long time. And then I got this. I didn't really know it was going to be this much. I got a pint to go so we could have it in the freezer to have a little bit here and there. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be that much though. But I guess we'll figure out what to do with it. Hey guys, Nutritarian Nugget comes from one of my favorite books, The End of Heart Disease by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. This is the kind of nutritional information I'm always talking about. I want to read something quick from page 224, which is about just tips and tricks for Nutritarian style cooking. So this channel is dedicated to the Nutritarian lifestyle, which is plant-based, vegan, super, super healthy, high nutrient kind of food. And so I take most of my advice from Dr. Furman's writings and various other doctors that are in the same kind of a field. So I just want to read this. Let me get my big, huge salad out of the way real quick. See how nice I am to do a Nutritarian nugget while I'm eating. Okay, here we go. Eating the way, this is from Dr. Furman, page 224, tips and tricks for Nutritarian style cooking. Eating the way I'm recommending can be a big change from what you're used to, but you'll quickly learn the tricks of the trade and come up with lots of creative ideas for making healthy recipes and meals. Invariably, if you stick with this diet style, you'll get well and even prefer to eat this way. You will learn to enjoy the simple flavors of real food and to appreciate how much better you feel. I think that's something that people are very skeptical about in the beginning. They're like, oh, that food doesn't taste good. I'm never going to like it. I thought that too. I was very skeptical when I started. And it's actually very true that you start to love this food. You start to crave it just like you would crave anything else. You still crave other things sometimes, right? But you start to love this food just as much, especially if you get your taste buds back into shape where you're not eating so much salt and sugar that sort of numbs your taste buds. This way you can taste all those wonderful flavors and the yummy foods that you have. All right. During the first week of your transformation, try to accomplish these 4 tasks. And then he goes on to say, make the garlic nutter spread because you can use it as a spread or a dip, which is one of his recipes. I actually never made that one before. Make another dressing or dip that you love. And then once you have some salad dressing and dip that you like, it becomes easy to eat any vegetable raw. Just dip it in a great dressing or a delicious sauce. Remember, the sauce makes the food special. Very true. Make a healthy cracker and make a veggie bean soup. I personally don't recommend that you make a cracker. I'm the kind of person that if I made a cracker, generally they're made out of like some type of a grain and some veggies and things like that, and then you dehydrate it. I can't stop with that kind of food. Like that's just like, that's all going right now. I suggest that you really, really get down a couple of salads that you love. I think that's probably the most important thing. Even though he says make a dressing, sure, but like a lot of dressings don't go with certain salads. So just find a couple salads that are already tried and true and perfect, and then get those down, and then you can move on to just dealing with dressing so you know what goes with what. And then definitely make a veggie bean soup. I think that's like one of the most important things you can do. Getting to know how to make soups. And then a little note about blending. A durable, high-powered blender is well worth the investment. I make many of my smoothings, dressings, soups, and desserts with a blender. Since I use whole food ingredients such as vegetables, fruits, and nuts, seeds, and dried fruit, it's important that the machine have enough power and speed to efficiently process these ingredients to the desired smooth consistency. Inexpensive models will not provide a smooth, creamy texture, and their motors tend to burn out after a month or 2 of daily use. If you have only a standard moderately priced blender, add a bit more water to make a thinner dip or dressing. You can use a thick carrot, wide end down, or a thick rib of celery like a plunger to push the food down into the blades to aid in blending. That's all I'm going to read for today, but I want to reiterate those points. Really, really, really important when you start out to just bite the bullet and make a few things first. Just take the first week, learn how to make some things, and just get your feet wet. And then another tip that I always tell people is so important: make a new recipe every single week. You have to keep learning. You have to keep trying. This really is a lifestyle for people that cook or people that make foods at home, because you need to be able to make those things yourself so you control what goes in it, how much salt, how much sugar, or no sugar, no salt, whatever, that kind of thing. But you can control that. And then the other note is about having a high-powered blender. I just had someone email me yesterday to ask me which blender I use. I emailed her back, and she was like, oh, I'm going to buy one. It's so important, and she understands the value of it. She took a long time to consider it and think about it, and the reason she took a long time, which is why you will probably take a long time and why I took a really long time to buy my first high-powered blender, is because they are expensive, very expensive. And to be able to rationalize something like that, you really, I imagine many of you thought the way I did, like, well, I'm not usually good at diets, so I'm not going to spend like $400 on something to basically only do this for like a day and then fail. But I do have to say that also buying the blender gives you a little bit of incentive. It sort of makes you go, oh, I really need to do this. I'm going to put a link down below for the one that I love. I've used it pretty much every single day for the last 3.5, 4 years. and I've never had a single issue with it. It works perfectly. It blends everything I need it to blend. It blends dates down to a completely pulverized consistency, so it's just like adding sugar or honey to something. It makes salad dressings, like when you blend nuts, completely smooth. And then you can even make full soups out of it. You could just put some vegetables in the blender and turn it on, and you run it for a few minutes, and then it actually heats up the soup because it's so powerful. So these are some reasons to consider it. If you're not ready to buy it now, it makes a lot of sense, but do consider it because it's really, really important for this lifestyle. Okay, that's it. All I have to say. Please subscribe, like, and comment on this video like always. That really, really helps me out. If you appreciate this information, please do that for me. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!